Looks like we got a Wolfpack coming to the ring.
The Wolfpack themselves.
We are back with episode 149. Wolfpack Wednesday. Sweet. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay.
Can you hear yourself? Can the audience at home
the audience hear me? DLO said I'm a little bit low.
Seem a little bit.
Little low.
That's just me. I'm getting older. We'll see. See what you guys think. As long as you can hear, that's all that matters. Well,
yeah, so
I should probably hear them
in the
too.
Comments that everything's good to go. Yeah, Steve says a little low.
See?
I can turn my mic up.
I'm not crazy.
Does this help if I do this? Does that help? Can you hear anything?
It's up a little bit there,
Any
yeah.
difference? All right. Should do one more. How about now? Is that better? Worse?
Much better. We
Much
can do
better.
this. We can get an episode
All
out
right.
of that.
Is
I
this
like
good
that.
enough? Is this good enough?
Sounds like a poll. Kind of.
Oh boy.
Oh, it is.
Well, anyways, episode 149. We are back. Too sweet, my friend. Hope
Too
you're having a
sweet to
good
you.
week. Hope
I'm
you're
having a
all
great
having good
week.
out there. You're having a great week.
Yeah. Well,
Oh, still living
It's
off those.
still living off those
highs.
glorious moments. Game 5.
Yeah.
Nixon 5. Feels
Nixon
good.
5,
53 years. And we're champions.
Wow.
So I
Man,
wasn't here
that's-
last week.
That's longer than the Bucks. It took us 50 years.
I was like, yes. Okay. Very happy. So I'm in a good mood.
Good. Well, it's always good when you're in a good mood, D'Lo. We've got a lot to talk about tonight. A little bit of news. Hot Toys doesn't seem to want to give us much news, and we're going to talk about that in general. But outside of that, we got a good show.
Yeah.
You know, we played that intro of the Wolfpack entering the ring, and I'm glad you and I are at the forefront because these days it's just you and I. So
Slim pickings.
Brick is still trying to find himself out there in the real world, and Steve is on hiatus. But hey, Steve's going to be joining us a little bit more regularly here, so we're going to welcome him back. I think next week after he gets his little teeth cleaned. So we're looking forward to talking with Steve, hanging out with him a little bit
I
more.
forgot that's the reason why.
I got you my teeth cleaned.
Yeah, man, just can't make it, man. My teeth.
My teeth hurt.
Sorry,
Oh,
buddy.
no, it's all good. It's all good. So, yeah, you're in a good mood. Nixon 5. What about collecting? Are you still enjoying collecting? Anything coming in this week?
Well, I am. I can't speak for everybody, unfortunately. Here, I'll give you guys the fun stuff here. So, TIE Pilot showed up. That was great to get in hand. A little OT love, right?
Low T.
I won Marvel as well too. I got the Thing, Ben Grimm from Fantastic Four, the movie, and it's a great looking figure. So still steadily collecting over here, but I kind of wish there was a little bit more. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people probably watching this now probably going to be feeling the same way once we're done with this combo.
Yeah. No, for sure. I feel the same way. This is how light the news has been for us. Is I have Young Rich Toys, Peter B. Parker coming in. Like, how long ago was that?
Time's real bad, folks.
I'm literally looking at my display and I'm like, what could I fill out here? You know, OT is pretty much topped off. What else can we do? So it's desperate times. You know, we got to keep collecting. We got to find ways to do that. So that's what's coming in hopefully tomorrow. But other than that, yeah, not much.
Oh, and I got my lightsabers too. The fusion reactor guy finished up my order. So my lightsaber displays are all decked out now. Everything's all bright. And yeah, I got to say, I love the end result.
Yeah, it looks like Christmas in a DF.
It's glorious.
Yeah. Now, if only you could get them all blinking. Probably give somebody a seizure.
Oh God, I don't need to be liable for that. And have people sign something before they come in my room and see my collection.
Right.
This is like, listen, before I turn this on, I need you to sign
waiver.
this. Yeah. Just, what is it? Don't worry about it. It's signed. God, that's what all the questions.
Stranger wants to know, is Fusion Reactor back? Did he ever leave? Or is he thinking of Fulcrum? Are you thinking of Fulcrum Customs?
Yeah, you think about the other guy, Fulcrum Customs on eBay. He's still away.
Yeah, he's still away, but we'll see. We'll see. All right. Well, hey, let's get in the chat. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Say hi in the chat. We have about 30 to start the show here. I'm sure some people will be trickling in and out. Hopefully in, not out. But let's see who we got. We have Dranger22. What's up, Wolfpack? Finally have. He's got a couple. He's got a couple figures on the way. One being Chewie. I've seen a few of these comments with Chewie. Which seems like now everybody's maybe starting to get theirs. We got one Adam 12. He's feeling the burnout. Been focusing more energy on collecting Transformers lately. And his Chewie is on the way. Only 6 months after it released. I think that's got to be a new record.
At least from release, right?
Yeah.
Like not delayed figure, but like release. Yeah. It's up there for sure.
Dynamic figures. Happy Wednesday. Definitely feeling burnt out lately after looking at my spreadsheet of pre-orders. Might need to drop a few of them soon. Also loving the new start time. Appreciate you, my friend. Man, Adam's going through it right now.
Pouring his soul out. I love you, man. Thank you.
Lastly,
thank you.
Does
let it out.
Hot Toys
Let
release anything anymore? It's been 2 weeks since Andor came out. They've got big backlog of figures that are overdue. Yeah, man. I mean, this year feels different than any other year. So we're gonna talk about that right off the bat here. Tighter FL. What up, everyone? Chewie finally on the way. Congrats to everybody getting Chewie. I hope you all love that figure. We got Valkyrie Magnus, channel member. Good evening, Graham and friends. We got S-Beam in the house. Hello, all. What is going on, dude? Hope you're having a good Wednesday, along with Geo. Welcome in, my friend. We got Blur Dad Life. Good evening, everyone. And there he is, the man, the myth, the legend, figures and fandom. Hello there. Welcome into the show. Universal Key. Good evening. And hey, too sweet to you. Welcome in. We have my father, Django, good friend of the channel. Definitely burned with figures and Instagram. Yeah, I mean, he takes some really good photos, so I'm sure that becomes work after a while too. We have Lord of the Gains, says the volume is much better now. X-Man Supreme says you're about half as loud as DLO. Yeah, I'm not sure. I didn't change any settings. So.
That's normal in Graham's defense. That's very normal. It's like be a little bit more specific. His volume is lower than mine, but yeah, I'm definitely the louder one.
Let's see. We got Chris Santos. What's up, Jedi Knights and DLO? Hope you're both doing well. Yeah, doing good. Doing good. We have Red Priest 76. Just got back yesterday from Hong Kong. Welcome back.
Very cool.
Happy that you had safe travels. Teeth cleaning is the following week. Oh, so he'll be back next week, I guess. Right?
I'm assuming that's what that means. Don't forget to floss. That's my mother would always tell you in these situations. Go ahead.
We got Horde Cortun. Oh, man, whew, say that fast 3 times. Good evening, Wolfpack. Let's have a great show.
We will do our best.
Somebody send Liam Neeson for Brick. Yes. Somebody rough him up and get him back here. We got Hiroku Matsuki, Godzilla, the rank of Jedi Master returns. We are back. Welcome in. Yeah, thinking of Fulcrum. Yeah, so he's still away, but that could change. We got Batman Collectibles. Good evening, Wolfpack. Batcave Conversation. You know it. It's coming up pretty quick. We got Action in the Box. Happy Wednesday, collectors. Happy Wednesday to you, Ricardo. And also, I'm going to try to talk myself into this, and D'Lo's going to try to talk me out of this. So we'll see how that conversation
I'm not going to do any of that.
We're going to do that.
There goes my entertainment. If you don't buy it, what am I going to be entertained with?
We have Reverse Zenith in the house. Definitely calmed down on constantly getting stuff. Got some pre-orders, but man, I haven't heard nothing about them, so it's just quiet. Yeah, I mean, I go through spurts of not buying, spurts of just buying. Right now, I'm kind of finishing off that spurt of buying a little bit, so could be quiet coming up here in a little bit. Could be quiet. We'll see. We got Big Rib. What's up, fellas? Welcome in. Got my Chewy, but where's my Moon Knight? For sure.
Yeah, if it's not one, it's the other, right? Seems like that's everybody's feelings on something.
Right.
Finally get one figure, and they're still waiting for another long-awaited figure. It's ridiculous.
Well, and then like the Harley Quinn figure is just crazy too.
Oh man, no. We're gonna talk about that one too. That's one of mine. We're gonna talk about there. Yeah, trust me. I'm steaming about that one.
Man, is that the one you're considering maybe letting go of?
See, but I don't want to though. That's the thing. Yes, I am, but I don't want to. But I feel like It's like we'll talk about it when we hit the actual topic of it there, because that's like one of my examples personally, one of my pre-orders there. But to answer Mr. Lord of Games here, the answer is both ways. I thought I was going to do the shirt off, and that's a good look. Don't get me wrong, but that turtleneck look kind of underrated. So he's rocking that right now.
All right. You heard it there from the horse's mouth. We got 1/6 Star Wars Pimpazoid. Chewy's about to ship from Sideshow, finally. Need more module cases, but it feels like the wait times have still not gotten better. So, just a little insight with module space. I was talking to Brian this morning, actually, and I was asking him, how's that going with catching up? He said they have about, I don't know if I'm supposed to say this, but he says they have about 6,000 backlogged orders, and they're producing about 1,000 per month.
Wow.
And he's trying to ramp that up to 1,500, but he's really hoping by the end of the year, no more than a 3-month wait time, which would be great. I think we all could live with that. But I understand we all got to see it, to prove it, put your money where the mouth is, right? But yeah. Mm-hmm. So, it's moving in the right direction. The new plant is up and running. It's going well. It's easier to find workers. But again, I'm totally with everybody out there. Like, until we see it, happening, there's going to be people that are a little on the, what's the word, D'Lo? I don't want to say the suspicious side, but I'm losing my train of thought here.
Why don't we say let's all just be cautiously optimistic at this point? We'll leave it at that.
Let's do that. But yeah, I mean, D'Lo and I have been waiting for cases for a long time too. So we're just like you guys. We feel the pain as well. I just need mine by the end of the year though, just for that tumbler. That's all.
I like mine sooner. That's just me.
I mean, I'd like it sooner. Yeah, for sure.
That's just me. I got big plans here, baby. I need some cases.
I'm going to fill them up.
Yeah. As soon as I get them, they're going to be filled.
Right. We got Wade and Timothy. What's up, Wolfpack and chat? Chewy and, gosh, how do you say this name, D'Lo?
What's that? Nihilus?
Nihilus, okay. Mm-hmm. Both inbound. Can't wait for them to arrive. I just kit bashed Bane over the weekend, so I think that's what I'm going to focus on this summer. I have Keaton, Affleck, Bale sculpts sitting in boxes, so I'll make... Yeah, I saw a 1/6 kit posted he had one more suit remaining for a BVS Bruce Wayne. I was considering it, but once I picked up the suit, 95, then I picked up a body, another 55, then I picked up the sculpt, which was another 150. I'm like, I'm 350 in, no thanks.
Yeah.
So Yeah, I mean, it's definitely something I would like to do too. Even just custom sculpts, just kind of tweaking some stuff. It's a lot of fun. It's expensive, but it's definitely great. I like, my goal, DLO, is to have like a Bruce Wayne in every Batman case.
Same.
Batman, Bruce Wayne, and I think the only one I'm missing is Ben Affleck so far.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
do you have? Oh yeah, you do. You have that Patterson one, so you got the Drifter set.
Technically, yeah, I got the Drifter, so I'm counting that. But technically, I don't have Adam West, which there's nothing out there for.
Yeah, I don't think you're gonna have
No.
much luck finding that one, pal.
No.
Maybe later. Maybe Jazz Inc.
You never know.
You never know.
I mean, even Mars Toys
Yeah.
could do it.
Or Saturn Toys, I believe, technically in this situation. Because they did
they
Saturn
change
Toys.
again?
Well, no, like Saturn Toys made the Batman and Robin
Yep.
set. So,
But then
You know?
Mars Toys is making all the villains.
yeah.
Why do they change the name so much?
So they don't get sued, I imagine. I mean, that's
Yeah, okay. Because even like Justin's reviewing something, he'll be like, "It's this company," which I think is this
Right.
company.
Right.
Like,
it's
okay.
Venus, but it's actually Hot Toys in disguise. Don't tell me
Right.
I told you that. Like, okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
But yeah, whoever makes it, that'd be cool.
Stranger says, plan on ordering module space at the end of the year, so 3 months would be great. I know the goal would be to have things in stock. And I know Sideshow is going to be getting a lot of their stuff from module space soon. But obviously, I get it. Like, I'll believe it when I see it type of thing. So I get it. Well, and I told Brian too, I'm like, if you cut it down to 3 months, you know, you're just going to get that many people ordering that didn't order before. And now you're going to be back to square one. So people will then buy, and then you'll have to ramp up even more. So
Pretty much. Time to get a second factory.
right. Third
Oh, you're right. This would be number 3.
Yeah. And yeah, hit that like button before we get too far into the weeds tonight. That definitely helps the channel out a lot. Brings more people in to watch. And, you know, we love community, so we'd love to get more people in here to hang out with. So appreciate that, Big Rib. We're going to jump right into it. Oh, holy kitten caboodle. We have a Bigfoot sighting. Brick Artemis. When
That
did
can't be
DLO
him.
become a Knicks fan?
It's probably one of those burner accounts pretending to be Brick. It can't be him. It's impossible.
Brick, we hope you're doing well, and we hope you're finding yourself out there and finding what you need.
Yeah, and also don't get stabbed with those kind of questions. Watch your mouth. How you doing?
Yeah, more demand than supply isn't the worst problem to have, but that's what they have right now, and people are pissed. So I mean, yeah, trying to fix it, but it might just keep happening. All right, good to have everybody in. Let me just pull this up. So I kind of worded this differently. Is the hobby facing serious burnout? Now, some of you in the comments said, we got Brad Cormack here as well. Welcome in.
Hey,
Too
Brad.
sweet. But some of you said, I'm definitely feeling the burnout. Now, DLO, I'm going to tell you, I don't feel burnt out myself. I'm having fun. I'm buying backwards, which I said I wouldn't do, but you know, if Hot Toys isn't going to give me stuff, then I'm going to have to find them elsewhere. But to me, it almost feels like Hot Toys is becoming burned out. They're burning themselves out. Does that make sense?
I understand what you're trying to say there, but tell us more here. Explain to the rest of us here what you mean by
The
that.
reason why I say that is we're having a lot longer lead times, right? People are finally getting Chewy 6 months after release.
Right.
Harley Quinn isn't releasing. You know, the artisan stuff isn't as wanted as it used to be. We just saw Ripley sit almost 24 hours, or did it sell out in the same day? Either way,
Well, Ripley, 24 hours.
Ripley 24 hours.
A little less than 24, but yeah. It's a good day.
We're not seeing, like, how quiet has Hot Toys been with announcements and releases this whole year? You know, first we're like, well, it's Chinese New Year, it's normal, but it's been pretty darn quiet. And when we do get announcements, a lot of the stuff is stuff we've kind of seen before. for every one great new figure, we're getting stuff that's maybe kit bashed or reimagined, things that we've kind of already had. So I can understand why collectors are becoming burned out, but I also feel like Hot Toys is kind of losing a little bit of steam, or in general the hobby, and that goes.
Oh, he froze. Finally, it's my show. I've been waiting for this day. It only took 149 episodes. Is he gone? Let me see. No, he just has that ridiculous face on. Okay. Well, don't worry, guys. Let me go in and elaborate on what he was going to say. And then I'm going to put a link in the description to my page, because now it is my show. So as far as what Graham was going with this here, at least what I think he was going with this here, is that basically there's been a very underwhelming year that we've been having in 1/6 here. Not just Hot Toys. Graham was pointing Hot Toys, but I feel like all the way across feels like it's been going that. Oh, I got the full screen. This is cool. This is kind of like a tryout almost here. I like this. Can you guys still see me okay? Somebody in the chat, just let me know you can still at least see this face. I'm not just kind of talking to my camera. Am I still here? Thumbs up. Anyway, I'm just going to assume you guys are still listening. Oh, yeah. Oh, I got a super chat already. Let's go. Damn, this is easier than I thought it was going to be. Okay. Anyways, back to my point here. So when it comes to the hobby, exactly what Graham was going on about is just, it doesn't feel the same, right? Like suddenly it feels like there was like a hard pause on everything. There's no hype someone put in the show there. There's no hype going on right now with the collection. The releases haven't been mixed at best. I mean, would you guys say arguably Star Wars month was kind of a bust? And again, I can't put polls or anything like that, so just go ahead and give me a thumbs up if you think that's right or not. But anyways, as far as where we're going right now, how are you guys feeling right now? Like, I want to get your input on this here, since it's going to be a one-man show until whenever Graham figures out whatever the hell's going on with his side of things here. Let me see. I got it from in there. Anyways, Star Wars month was supposed to be the pickup for us. Like, so Graham was kind of going on to like, hey, we had Chinese New Year. Chinese New Year did not go like we thought. We thought, okay, it's going to be slow. We know this already, guys. It's going to be like this every once in a while. This happens, they'll pick it up. It just feels like we're still waiting for those bangers. I think someone put it in the comments here, like, we're waiting for those bangers. Now, I know another thing that's very popular in the hobby right now is that a lot of people feel like less is more. And I know that can be somewhat controversial to some folks here, right? But I feel like a lot of people have been taking that advice to heart. And it certainly feels like people are being far more selective than they've ever been before, which is good. Like, you want to be happy with what you are collecting at the end of the day, because it's your collection. It's not going to be my collection. It's not going to be the next guy's collection. It's going to be yours. So kudos to you guys on that. But I also feel like because we're not getting those heavy hitters, because things are not releasing as soon as we initially thought they would come out, and we're seeing way bigger delays, Chewy for 6 months, that it is kind of boring to collect pre-orders, is it not? Is it kind of one of those things where, like, I heard people say, I have Excel spreadsheets and all that stuff. Doesn't it kind of feel like work when you're not collecting? Oh,
Sorry about that.
No, listen. Welcome to the DLO show. This is my first guest, Graham. Graham, nice for you to join me in episode 1.
That was a test. I wanted to test you to see if you were ready to host.
The shit I do for a living, this does not scare me at all. Please, whatever.
No, we're having a storm, and the power turned off and then turned on, so I lost everything. It just went boom.
That's funny. That's funny. You are still a little quiet like you were before, a little low. I can still hear you. You're there, but you're a little bit on the low side.
Is that better?
Viewership went up when it was just me. You guys are giving me a lot to think about, guys.
Oh.
I had a whole speech ready. Yeah, I can hear you, dude. You're good.
All right. Yeah, so power kicked off, power kicked on.
Well, I guess I'll go into my part of this here to kind of keep the flow going over here, and then
before you do that. $1.99 to the Jedi for the DLO show.
It doesn't feel right. It
You
doesn't feel
son
right
of
at
a
all.
god.
Freak.
Well, what a nice surprise. You are a gentleman and a scholar. Hey, I see you over there. You honor me with your gesture.
I guess we know who your favorite Wolfpack member is.
Cheers, and thank you so much.
We finally do.
I'm gonna
good.
cut that down to just. I guess we know who your favorite Wolfpack member is, and just use that for super chats as well.
Dude, almost
Thank
had a
you,
spin-off
Valkyrie.
show. It was going so well. All good.
Oh man.
Well, thank you for that, by the way, Valkyrie.
Well, if I disappear again, you guys know where I went. We got Moose in the house. The Moose is loose. We got Jazzy. Yeah. Don't get us started. We don't know.
Yeah. Best of luck. Your future endeavors.
I finally just drowned. I died. The mic took me down.
It finally happened.
We got Shady in the house. Welcome in. All right. And Justin McFly. Hello, hello. Music and collectibles. Good evening. All right. D-Lo, take it away again. Sorry about that.
All good, brother. Just don't ever do that again to me. It's fine.
The funny thing is, it would have been one of those times where if I lost power,
Mhm.
you'd have to keep going. You can't turn the stream off.
I know. But isn't I think I had this happen before in somebody else's show, but if you can't get back in, then they lose the episode or something like that. So this would be a lost episode if that happened. Interesting. Well, it's not gonna happen, so it doesn't matter.
Right.
Where was I? Oh, so yeah, collecting pre-orders, not fun, kind of boring, right? We're not collecting per se. We're preparing to collect, but I mean that is. Who wants to do that all the time, though, right? You want to see some of the stuff in hand. But what I'm noticing
it has to
here,
work together, right?
it does. It has to coincide with each other.
Something releases. Yeah,
it should coincide with each other for sure. I mean, if you're gonna be pre-ordering, then something needs to be coming in, right? Something needs to continue to gain yours. Because I feel like in this hobby, more than anything else, here is when you don't have something coming in. I always feel that same exact way where it just feels like I'm always lower on the hobby when something is not inbound. Whereas when stuff is coming in, that's where my attention to the hobby is it's at its highest and stuff, right? So it feels like with these long delays, partially Hot Toys' fault, partially, logistics of the world economy and all that other stuff here. Other companies are feeling as well too. I just feel like now at this point, I think at this stage, I feel like it's finally crept into our hobby to where it's at a noticeable pace here. Last year,
even on eBay, it's just not the same buying.
I don't know, man.
Either.
But obviously it started with the tariff situation, right? Here in the US, right? So we got adjusted to that, right? But now it's impacting these companies so much to the point to where it feels like they're purposely postponing some of the stuff. Again, I can't verify, but it definitely feels like that. And it feels like, okay, well, you're postponing this over here to the point of where you're trying to save some money, which I get, it's understandable because I don't want to eat a lot of that fees as well too. But now I feel like we're at a standstill where now we're stuck with our personal thoughts as far as why we should be doing this, if we should be doing this, do I even like collecting anymore? So all these negative thoughts creep in your head because you have nothing to really show for all your hard work except a couple of spreadsheets if you collect, if you do that kind of stuff, right? So, I mean, the reason why I'm bringing this up and why I'm talking about this here is because last week, obviously I wasn't here, right? But it finally felt like I was waiting for this to happen, and I feel like it finally did. I'm going to go into and explain this over here. Two very big things happened while I was away. First one, already mentioned, the Ripley figure. Artemis and Ripley came out. Now, I was at a conference, at a hotel, middle of nowhere with terrible Wi-Fi, right? So I learned about the announcement, and I had to pre-order it on the spot in a crappy hotel lobby, hoping that I can get in there. And to my surprise, because I've been under the impression for a long time that Ellen Ripley was on the top of everybody's list for many, many years in the hobby. We need another one. We need another one. So I thought for sure that this was going to sell out very fast. And surprising to me was I got in that queue with terrible Wi-Fi and all, and I got it no problem. At first, I thought it was fortunate, but I went back. I was like, huh, she's still there. How about that? And I kept periodically checking. Friends were telling me, like, she's still there. I'm like, okay, this is weird. Now, I heard some chatter about, like, the head sculpt and all this other stuff, and I will say, guys, we've been through this before. The blogger photos never tell the whole story. You always got to see something in secret base, better lighting, get a better understanding. And I know timing isn't always on your side when you have to decide about these pre-orders. But I still thought in the back, man, with all the hype of finally getting a Ripley and knowing it was coming, we knew it was going to hit at some point, and the teasers were there. No one showed up for it. I was in disbelief. Now, I know some of it has to do with the artisan part of it there. People I don't want to pay artisan dollars and stuff like that. And that's fair. But this was the least expensive artisan of all time. And it still took a day.
And people were asking for it too.
Right. So you have that go on, right? And then for me, the bigger news that I feel like it's kind of already fading away, but we should still be talking about it, is the announcement of the brand new in-art Pennywise from season 1 of the show. That one, I know some people are very happy because they missed out on the first one, and I understand that part. But I remember being a wee lad when they said that we are not going to ever do that like Hot Toys does. I remember hearing that. And, you know, I've never been one to praise in-art for all of the decisions they make, but you know, that one was like, you know, that's a very, as a collector who appreciates having some value in his figures, I appreciate you saying that, because that's one thing I don't think Hot Toys really cares about. And I'm glad that somebody stood up and said, we're not going to do that. Now they're doing it there. Right now, you can call it a loophole or, you know, whatever. Regardless, that is 100% telling me where we are in this hobby. As far as I know, we said this, and I know you guys know that we said this here, but at the end of the day, we're a company. We need to make money. I think that's the clear message I got out of that. So am I mad at them for doing that? No, because again, I can't fault the company for trying to make money. As a collector, am I disappointed? 1,000%. You know, but
especially for in-art, I mean, they're only pushing out 6 to 8 figures a year. So now, you know, this is like basically a.
Well, let's keep it frank though. The first Pennywise, the reason why it's a grail is because it was an absolute disaster of a freaking drop for it there. They didn't make a lot of them because nobody wanted it right at that time. I think it was like maybe the really second or third figure that they ever made.
I think it was, second or third. But super surprising that of a character that they would even do because of what happened last time. I don't really understand it.
I see why. It makes total sense because since that figure was released, the Pennywise show came out, right?
Yeah.
Was it? So Welcome to Derry season 1, right? That came out and it was a big success. And at the time, that is really where the Pennywise prices really took off because it did okay, but it skyrocketed at the show. Even the Hot Toys one, which you can get for below retail for a very long time, even that skyrocketed in price, right? Sure. So there was a newfound demand for it there. So I can understand them saying, okay, well, listen, let's take another crack at this over here, but you know, let's do it different. So at least justify its existence, right? So it's not going to be rooted, which personally, I think that's kind of a cheap move. I think you should offer it rooted. The sculpted looks great. Don't get me wrong, but I feel like you've kind of set the standard like, hey, rooted and sculpted should be on the table for both.
Sure.
But then also going back to our whole conversation about like how the burnout's taking effect. And again, this can be in many ways here. Like now we're paying almost close to the same amount of money the first Pennywise cost, but we're now getting less for it there. And I feel like that is the stuff that we're really not putting our foot down saying like, hey, you know, this is not cool that we're paying the same amount of prices, but realistically we're getting less. Like I listened to you guys, like you and Steve last week, and you guys were kind of different thinking of it there. You guys, we're more, well, I kind of like if it keeps the price down. It's what I think I heard you guys say.
Sure.
Then like I'm okay with it. And I can understand that rationale to an extent because we only have so much money to be spending or should be spending based on our own personal private, I guess, what do you want to call it there? Budgets on these kinds of things here.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know. There's something that's to be said about like having value in what you're getting as well too. If you're going to be paying these kind of prices and stuff like that, I do want to get the bang for buck. I want that stupid accessory that nobody has, because if you're going to make me pay these prices, which are still very high for just 1/6 standards, I mean, it's still going to be $400 at the end of the day if you get it from Kit. Like it should, quite honestly, in my opinion, have more than it does. So I don't know.
But unfortunately, that's just not the way of any of the companies that are going right now. Like even Hot Toys, you can't buy a figure for under $300. I would be okay with having more like for in art, as long as like the quality, and you know me, I'm more of a sculpted fan anyway, but as long as the quality of the figure itself doesn't drop, the base is still a diorama base, but I personally like that simplified base. And if I'm not getting 500 accessories that I won't use and you can keep the price down, then I'm for it. But I also understand your point of view where it's like I see that as value and I want as much value out of the figures I can get. So
I mean, just put the two and two of them together for 1 second here. So you take the original offering of Pennywise here that came with the diorama
what was the
display.
original price of that
$450. This is $450 rooted with the diorama piece and all that stuff like that. So rooting, you're saying
they
now
really
is
have conditioned us, because that doesn't seem so bad anymore.
Right, but it doesn't.
And I remember
right
back
now,
then I was like, that is a shit ton of money.
back then that was a lot of money. But that's the thing, we've been conditioned between multiple artisan releases, multiple in-art releases, and other companies for that matter that really are asking for $400 to $500, sometimes $600 for these figures. So like we've totally been conditioned, but that's my point of it there. Like there's only a $50 difference between rooted the first time around and a diorama base. So I look at it like from that perspective, there goes my value, like where it loses it for me there, because I think it's an improvement from the original. It's obviously is an improvement. So it's an improvement. I'm getting less, but at the same time, I'm paying about the same. And also, again, I'm more of a person that values value, right? If I was a person who took that mission statement that NR said about supposedly making this a matter of, yes, we're not going to be like the other guys. We're going to do things differently. We're going to value your business, and we're not going to release a 2.0 essentially, even though it technically is not, but essentially still is. Well, at that stage here, what if you were the guy who got that Pennywise? I think Jazzy just mentioned good on you, Jazzy. You made $1,800 on yours. Shout out to you on that one, dude. That's awesome. But what if you were the guy who bought that for $1,800? Totally would be upset about that. Think about, okay, imagine if this happens to Gandalf. Let's say they do Gandalf from The Hobbit. It's essentially the same as the first movie, Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
People are paying $2,000 for that bad boy and up. I mean, I don't know. That's just one part of it there. Obviously, the burnout thing that we're talking about, there's more to that. That was just kind of off the rant because I was forced to take over the show without my consent. But
hey, when lightning strikes, I can't help it. But Pimpazoid has a good point too. He says the burnout is seeing the same figures being done by multiple companies.
That's another good point too.
That's a good point. Now, like I said, I'm not burned out with the hobby and like with collecting, because I'm finding ways to buy. My burnout is more so, God, I hate to say it this way, is with Hot Toys. And that's why I've been going, I've been more excited for like In Art or Jazz Inc. or Mars Toys, and getting some of the stuff. Like it's almost like the burnout is seeing the same figures from the same company as well. Like Darth Maul, Kit Bash, you get Artisan Luke, you're getting whatever the case may be. A lot of them feel like they've been done before. We've seen it before. Like I feel like this year we haven't seen much originality. Like I felt like last year was the year of the 2.0, but like this year just feels like the year of like, let's Kit Bash shit together and see, what we can all make money on as well. So,
well, hold on there for a second, because let me stop you on that there, because what we had Masters of the Universe a couple weeks ago.
Yeah,
That's original.
Great. Yeah.
I mean,
I'm not saying nothing's original. I'm just saying
well,
for every
I get what
one
you're saying. I
original
think
figure, you're
I
getting,
think
like,
you're thinking more of your
5.
Star Wars focus. Like you're seeing a lot of stuff that doesn't interest you because.
But a lot of it, their stuff has been Star Wars.
Well, yeah, that's Star Wars is kind of their deal, man. That's kind of their bag.
Yeah.
You know, so they're
But
gonna
when
make
you're-
something for everybody.
But when you're making a Darth Maul from the
Mm-hmm.
TV show and you're branding it that, and it doesn't look anything like that, and it's you have the head from the new figure, you have the Clone Wars body, you know, like how stupid
Well,
do you think
we
I
know
am?
Hot Toys reuses stuff. I mean, I know I should get your point there to that effect there, but I mean, I guess kind of turning it back to you here. You said like you want to see them do more original things. Like, what would you want them to do? Like, I mean, if you were Howard for a second, this was your company, what would you like to see collectors get in hand this year?
Well, I just think there's so much that they haven't done yet. Like, there's so many untapped characters from Star Wars that they haven't done. Like, I'd rather see new figures as opposed to reimagined or kit bashed figures.
Sure. I
I mean,
mean,
put me on the
obviously,
spot. It's hard to just think of like,
no. I mean, there's a time and place. I get
because
that.
I also know licenses come into play too. But like in art, you know, they're doing the Reeve Superman. Like, that's a big deal. Like,
Mm-hmm.
that's pretty awesome. You know, where they're doing BVS Batman. We're still waiting on a couple other ones to see some of those figures, but I don't know. I'd just like to see Hot Toys. I'd rather see them slow down a little bit so that we aren't waiting so long for all these figures. And I know people back like 5 years ago said we want to see more figures, and now we're seeing that. So I guess it's kind of that catch-22 thing, but I don't know. It's just my perspective. Doesn't mean it's right. It's just kind of what I'm feeling.
No,
about
we're just
hobby.
kind of talking it out, man. Because I mean, obviously, you said you're not feeling burnout because obviously you're very
I'm still
well into your
buying.
collecting and looking for things to collect, which is fine. But I
just
feel like
I feel like these other companies are just doing more, and it's probably just because it's stuff that I'm into. But they're doing more. But it's not Star Wars. But they're doing more stuff that I haven't seen before or gotten before.
well, like what though? Example, like give me an example of stuff that you're seeing out there that you like from other companies that like you're interested in right now.
I know where this is going, DLO.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You're gonna tell me the Reeve Superman was done already by Hot Toys, so it's not really original.
Okay, I wasn't going to mention that, but okay, keep going.
I have to look at my spreadsheet here. Yes.
Barbosa was a great figure. You know
Yeah,
this.
Barbossa's great.
You know I love that thing.
Let me see here. Let me go into my file. Let me look at my pre-orders. Here we are.
Where I was going with this whole burnout conversation, it's a matter of like people are being more selective with good reason for some, but I also feel like we've gotten to the point where we've kind of also just flat out made excuses for not collecting as well too. I mean, that's where I was going with this here because I mean, I share your sentiment here. I'm not burnout on the hobby, but you can certainly feel it in the air when you're talking to other folks, and everybody's dealing with it for different reasons. Some of it can be financial, right? Personal reasons.
A lot of it's financial. Yeah.
You know, it's always financial, isn't it? But you know, you have stuff like that. But then, at the same token, you know, I'm noticing hesitation as well too, like to invest in stuff like again, bringing up Ellen Ripley. Ellen Ripley has been requested since I've been collecting. Oh, we need a power loader. We need this and that. Well, when you're not selling out on these artisans over here, and again, that's just one because I know there's 3 different SKUs, but like that kind of gives you an indicator that it's not doing so hot, right? They're not people not gravitating to some of these announcements. So, you know, we're getting Predator, we're getting Alien, we're getting Terminator. I mean, we're getting all these like IPs that were big for a lot of us who weren't collecting at the time when they're announced, and now they're coming out, and now they're still on Sideshow, man. Like, not much of that's waitlisted. In fact, Predator just did now. I was just going to bring that up. So
I
it
was a little
just
turned
happened.
off with that figure too because like I don't feel like Hot Toys always fixes the issue. Maybe I've been burned by Batman a little bit too much here, but like I feel like they tweak what was working and then they don't fix what was broken before. Like Predator's still like out of scale, so it like, I don't know, it bothers me a little bit. So I held off on that one. May still get it, but I don't know. It's just stuff like that. Like music and collectibles says I prefer to buy less so I can save money to get quality stuff like Jazz Inc. Bat Computer. All right, woo!
Congratulations on your $1,200 non-working computer. That is a Bat computer. Congratulations on that, guys. Yeah, don't
be hating.
I'm not hating. I just think that's 700, not 1,200.
Imagine InArt will announce House of the Dragon first before Game of Thrones. Oof.
That'd be something.
Yeah, there's so many Star Wars aliens they haven't done before that they could do. I've got 9 pre-orders, 3 more figures I want with a few exceptions. I think I'm close to having most of the figures I could ever want. Barbosa.
Yeah.
Ooh, I expect to be slowing down to 2 to 3 figures a year.
Wow.
But you're moving, but he's moving, so it could be for that. I don't know if it's too permanent. Every time I think about slowing down, I'm just like, there's more shit I want to buy.
So does that mean you do not want my Batman from Batman and Robin? You can DM me after the show there, Adam.
DM him.
DM me.
Got blue tattoo.
It's on its way. What's up, Blue?
Okay, let me just catch up here with the chat.
Yeah, there must be like 40 million comments that.
Need more from 007.
Yes.
Sucks when your favorite character isn't properly scaled. Hot Toys Weapon X.
You get another swing in it with the video game figures when they come out.
So, just to name a few things here. Let me go back, make sure I didn't miss anything. So Hot Toys doing Indiana Jones, that's exciting. InArt doing the Dark Knight Catwoman, I'm into that, and I know that stuff's been done before. I guess it's
from
exciting.
A quality perspective, that's exciting.
Yes,
let's put that in context there.
Like, it's exciting to me because of how I know they're gonna do it justice. The Crow is different. I know Ghostbusters have been done before, but like nobody has those. So like for people to get you and I to get a second shot at those. That's exciting.
Also delayed though.
Yes, BVS
Also
Batman.
Delayed. Yeah.
Reeves Superman. He-Man figures from Hot Toys. That's awesome. I'm still strongly considering getting those. So that's I like seeing that stuff. But again, that's just my perspective of collecting. So I know there's people that love all the Star Wars stuff that we're getting, from Hot Toys this year. And they did give us some bangers with Terminator. I got the InArt T1 2-pack on pre-order. So, there's a lot to look forward to, but at the same time, maybe it just feels different because there's so much stuff in between that kind of gets thrown in that's like, this. Like, well, I used to remember every announcement was like really exciting.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't feel that way anymore.
Well, it's a combination of some of the stuff you said. Some of that stuff is reuse, 2.0. 2.0s were great for a while, weren't they? Everybody loved a good 2.0. Now they're like, why can't they make something new?
And then we kind of did, and then now it's like, I don't know.
And I told you so. I said 2.0 is not as good as you think it's going to be. It's not going to.
Well, first,
it's going to get old too.
People were like, you need to be happy for people that weren't collecting. Now I have a chance to get it.
Yeah. And to that point there, guys, like, I'm sorry. Like, I don't expect you to be happy for me if I got something that you've had for 10 years and you don't have to hate me, but like, I don't expect you to be like, oh, congratulations. Like stop it. Come on. We're not running for mayor here. But no, I think when it comes to all of this here, regardless of what your focus is and stuff like that, I just feel like the lack of actual in-hand deliveries is really starting to really hurt. Because I just feel like when it comes to like this hobby, you have to be in it. Stuff has to be coming in for you to feel something for it. Like it's hard to get excited for a pre-order and stay excited for something for 2 years.
Yeah.
2.5 or a year and a half, whatever it's going to take.
Comes at you fast.
Yeah, there's so much that happens, man. Like that Chewbacca. I wound up getting one earlier because I was one of those folks who still waited for my Chewbacca from Sideshow, fully paid off, mind you, just waiting to get my turn. And I've had mine in hand now for well over, I want to say a little bit over a month and a half now, just about. And I'm just now getting the email about mine, which, by the way, if anybody is on the wait list for Chewbacca, it's about to come back because I'm canceling that second one.
Hey-yo.
But
I remember considering buying it in February and be like, oh, I don't know, anytime it's going to come out. And I did, and yeah.
I was like, you're dumb. You're paying all that extra money for this. And then here I am 6 months later, like,
can I get my figure, please?
Can I get my figure? But yeah, man.
I think the economy has a lot to do with it, too.
A ton.
You know, like you said, tariffs. Yeah, we're still paying tariffs. Shipping is going up.
Mm-hmm. Gas is going up. Food is going up. I mean,
yeah, like it's harder to live in the U.S. of A. these days, and probably in the world. So
yeah, I was gonna say it's a world problem.
Bills, everything is just going up. It's funny too because I don't know about everybody else, but it's like inflation goes up like 10% a year, and I got to fight to get a 3% raise. Like, how does this make sense? Like, so we're already behind the 8 ball when it comes to just living life, and we all have different budgets, and we all have different size families and stuff like that. So ultimately, we got to make the best choice for yourself and your family. And if collecting takes a backseat, doesn't mean you got to quit. It just means maybe take a break for a year or two or whatever, and still just enjoy the hobby, the collection that you have. But you don't have to be actively collecting to be in the community. Like you can take a break. I hate seeing people that get so burned out that they feel like they got to just get rid of it all. Like, it makes me sad a little bit, but I also can't speak for what people are going through and where their life is taking them. So, you all got to do what's best for you. It's tough because with the economy, we're struggling, but then you can also feel companies kind of adjusting as well, and it isn't necessarily positive for us. So, best thing we can all do is, be more disciplined, be a little bit more picky and choosy if you want to pass on something. Like, are you really going to want that figure? So I don't have the perfect answer for anybody, but it's just something that you and I, DLO, have noticed where the hobby itself just seems different. Inart's been really quiet. Hot Toys has been really quiet. Jazz Inc.'s actually been the one making the most noise. We just need to see that Catwoman. And then we can kind of move on, Then we can kind of celebrate everything that
we're only about 3 to 4 more announcements away from releasing, guys. Hang in there. Hang in there.
I was looking at my spreadsheet earlier today too, and that Catwoman is the only figure from 2024 pre-orders that was on my list that hasn't released yet.
Has it really been that long? Holy cow, man!
Yeah,
that's nuts.
I don't think I have the exact date, but 10/16 of 24. So we're going on 2 years.
So Graham, this is where you and I are very different people. So you gave some great sound advice, and if you agree with Graham, he's leading you the right way. I collect without fear.
Hey, come on now.
I collect without fear, and I'm going to tell you, man. Like, I've been doing this for a long time. I've tried every possible way, just like people try diets. I try every way to collect. The Atkins diet for collecting. I've done it all, guys. I've tried it all, and quite honestly, none of it truly works.
It's terminally ill.
My thing here is, man. And again, this is going to sound very irresponsible after what Graham said, but YOLO. You only live once, man. You only live once, and these figures can take 2-3 years at a time. Like, it's just one of those things, man, where it's like, I am tired of just pretending to like be okay with waiting for everything. Sometimes I just want it now. I just want to collect. I just want to put stuff on my display. I want to admire it. And then, I'm not collecting for value anymore. Those days are gone, right? There's no monetary gain from this kind of stuff. There never really was, but every once in a while you get lucky. And I'm all about at this point, man, like, if it's going to make me happy, if it's going to make that car ride to work a little bit more bearable, because I did what I was supposed to do on the personal side of things, I can reward myself with something I'm passionate about. I'm just going to do it now, Now, am I going to go out there and collect 100 figures a year like I did when I first started hop? Absolutely not.
You're still being responsible.
Yeah. I just feel like I feel for everybody trying their hardest to be as careful as can be, because these are very interesting times where there's so much unknown. But at the end of the day, I mean, I don't want there to be like 2026. This was the year DLO got 2 figures because he less is more it this year, like some people want, And I'm not making fun of anybody, by all means. Please don't take it as an insult. I mean, I'm solely trying to be respectful of everybody's opinions and feelings. But like, yeah, it's great in theory, but like, I don't just want to wait to collect anymore. I just want to have fun.
Right.
And a part of it too here is just kind of seeing people kind of honestly get more rude in like Facebook pages and social media. And it's almost like those Snickers commercials, like, here, have a Snickers. You're not acting like yourself, right? Because we're not collecting right now because we're pre-ordering everything, right? So I don't know, man. I'm not saying I have the answers, but I'm saying the answer for me is like, hey, I bust my butt. All right. I'm a good dad.
Treat
I'm a
yourself.
good husband. I put a roof over my family's head. I do all the things I'm supposed to do as an adult. I deserve a $300 freaking figure without feeling guilty about it. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
But be responsible. That's all I'm saying.
You can do both of what we're saying, but like have fun. Do what I'm saying more.
Be in the middle. Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
You just keep like I don't want to see anybody quit collecting. Like I said, I'd rather y'all, be a little bit more disciplined if you are feeling the pinch from the economy. Because you all know I'm not doing that. So like I'm getting figures left and right. But at the same time, I'm starting to find trouble, DLO, to live like you. Because I look on eBay every day, numerous times a day. I'm having a hard time even finding shit to buy. Like,
see, and I'm the guy telling you,
I feel like I'm
have
like
fun
somebody
collecting.
said-
And this guy is like stressing to find stuff over here. So
I'm
like,
not stressing, but like I'm looking, I'm like,
how well do we know Graham? That's all I'm
just
saying.
I just can't. I feel like I'm getting to, like somebody said, you plateau eventually, and I'm like, I hope I don't get there, and that's why I might need this bad computer. But also 89. Can you imagine? You have the 89 Batmobile.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have the Bat computers next to it with the Vault, Alfred. Oh boy.
Are we segueing, Graham?
We could.
That seems like a good segue to the next one here. I think we've covered burnout. I think people have kind of had enough burnout talk for one night. Just figured we thought we'd talk to you guys about it, see how you guys feel.
Yeah, and let's close that poll too while we're at it. It's pretty close. I mean, are you feeling burnout from the hobby? 54% said yes.
Wow.
Doesn't mean we're quitting. Doesn't mean we're depressed. Just means, come on. Get your shit together. In Art and Hot Toys, Jazz Inc., and whoever else.
Venus Toys or whatever the hell you call yourselves next week. All you guys get your shit together.
We got the real Mike Literus says Ripley sold out in 24 hours. I don't think Hot Toys sees much of a difference in selling out of a 3,000 to 4,000 figure run in 2 hours versus 24. Figure successful announcement from their point of view. I get
would
that.
agree with you,
I
Mike.
understand, but I feel like times are changing, and these things used to sell out in like 10 minutes, and now they're just taking a lot longer. Like, I'm just wondering if this is like a long run, if it's still going to be that way. I don't think Artisan is all it's cracked up to be, but there's people that do, and that's why it still works.
Well, I mean, there's been enough talk about it. People saying how it's not great, this, that, and the other. So, I mean, listen, it's a fad, unfortunately. It's going to be a fad because, quite frankly, people are just not happy with the product, and that's okay, too. You're allowed to not be okay with that. Sculpted has always been my preference, and quite honestly, I wasn't even sure if I was going to get the Artisan or not, but I was in my head, like, I had no choice. I was in a hotel lobby. I was like, I don't know what I'm just going to get the one that it's probably going to be the one that's going to be hard to get later, and if I change my mind, I can always cancel it. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I think you're right, Mike. I mean, as far as like indication of Hot Toys, I don't think they can care less about that kind of stuff. Yeah. But I think it's more of a eye opener for us, kind of gauging what other people think of the stuff that we're interested in as well, too. Right? Like I said multiple times in the stream, Ripley has been requested multiple times over the years since I've been doing this. I mean, since the very day I came on board, people were like, that first one is great, but I really want a power loader. Like, and we still don't have it. So, I mean, I get that. But I don't know. The consensus has always been we want part 2, Ellen Ripley. We got it. And it just doesn't seem like it came and went. No one really cared. At least that's kind of how
Yeah.
how I see it there. So I don't know. It's interesting. It's interesting.
This
It's like
is
watching stocks. Sometimes they go
Yeah.
up, sometimes they go down.
For sure. This is an interesting question from Benjamin. I'm thinking of getting the new Chewy. Is he worth it at all? That's a very loaded question. There's a lot to unpack with that. I think if you're just looking for a Chewy, I think he's the best one to get. I do like the C3PO on the back, but there are some struggles with getting him into the net, getting him to balance on his back. I don't think the likeness. I think the likeness is the best we have, but I don't think it still looks like Chewy. Now I just got the Solo Bones sculpt, and I think that knocks it out of the water. So that's like my ultimate Chewy, but I know those are few and far in between, and almost not everybody's gonna be able to get those. So if you're a big Star Wars fan and you need a Chewy, I say yes, he's worth it, but don't overspend. DLO,
Yeah.
what say you?
I think Chewie is a very important character in Star Wars, and I think for representation, I would have to 100% agree with Graham. Like, it's just one of those things where, like, it is the caveat is it is the best one on the market, but it could be better for all the things that Graham said. But at the same time, it's just kind of one of those things where, like, not everybody needs a Chewie from every movie ever made, right? Because at some point, Hot Toys will do that. In kind of to my point of what I was saying to you guys before about having fun and collecting, there's nothing wrong with getting this Chewy until another one comes around, and then enjoying it for how long you've had it, and then possibly either selling it or keeping it and getting the other one.
That's part
right.
of the fun, actually, with the hobby to me. Like,
yeah.
Kind of like the museum. Like, things come in, things go out.
It's funny.
Some things stay forever. Some things don't.
It's funny you phrase it like that there. So back in the day when Figures and Fandom was known as Evil Sneaker, he used to do this one-on-one show where he used to interview fellow collector.
I missed the Evil Sneaker.
Yeah, that was a good guy, that Evil Sneaker. Whatever happened to him?
Good brand.
Whatever happened to that guy? But
very personable.
So you asked me a question about how do I see my collection, stuff like that. And I told him, and it's funny you just use exact same words, reminding me. You can't look at your collection as a museum, right? A museum is basically stuff that's been collected, artifacts, things like that, right?
Right.
Your collection. Say his name and he appears, or at least say his former name and he appears. But I told him your collection is never a museum. If you're actively looking to always improve it, it's an exhibit, right?
Yeah.
It's a limited time exhibit of what it looks like today. And if you miss out now, it may never look like this again. And I think that's the best way to kind of look at it there.
It's fun to look back at the videos that I've done, like collection tours, and see the difference in the hobby. And I still like those figures, but there was a time in a season for that. And like I said, some stuff stays forever, but some, because space is limited, it's kind of got to cycle in and out. But it makes it part of the journey that much more fun too and enjoyable.
Yeah.
Nightside, that is a good comment too. Sometimes it's not getting what you want, it's wanting what you get. Remember to enjoy the collection you have. It's true. I mean, that's the thing too. We're always chasing that next figure. Sometimes we forget like the figures we have in the collection, maybe reposing or rearranging or just doing a pose session with, whatever the case may be. So enjoy your collection. Evil Sneaker. Love it. Okay. We're gonna transition here to something that excites me but scares me.
See what you got on the menu. What do you got?
I gotta reshare my screen. Okay. Jazz Inc. So they're sharing some pictures. 89 Bat Cave, the Bat Computers, the diorama set. It's gonna launch tomorrow. And here's the kicker. It's a $1,200 piece. I mean, that's $300 less than a vehicle. He knows it's a serious amount of money, but this is also a serious piece. It's not just a printed backdrop or a simple computer wall. The Bat Cave includes the floor, the rock back wall, Bat computer setup, chair, lighting, power supply, sound feature, and 12 actual working screens. Now, these screens are real working screens, not stickers or printed inserts, and getting all of that to work together in one 6-scale diorama has been a very big part of the development. I launched together with our Linda Carter Wonder Woman figure during the live stream this Thursday, and then you have the launch times there below. So, well, let's take a look at this bad computer, shall we?
We shall.
Good grief. This looks highly detailed, highly accurate, amazing. I'm in love. I wish Hot Toys would have done theirs when they teased it. And I know you're skeptical, DLO. Here's where I'm at. So Yost says, like, and I love jazzing products, by the way. But he says, like, these are real working screens. These are real, like, you know, the real deal. We aren't using backdrop lights or cardboard or anything like that. Part of me wishes they would. Because we just talked about economy and price and where we're at with stuff. And it's really hard. Like, this is an amazing piece. I love the flooring. I love the backdrop to it. But, like, for me, this is a hard pill to swallow. Like, I really want this for my 89 stuff. I'm hardcore 89. I want to build out as much as I can. But I also don't need all of the bells and whistles. I just need it to look good. You know, I have the one of their first products was the Jazz Inc. Land Speeder from Star Wars. Not like the vehicles today, DLO. It's a couple pieces just to peg in, no lights, but it looks good. Maybe the paint apps aren't as good as today's, you know, day and age, but it still looks really good on the shelf. It looks accurate. That's really all I need. I don't need screens. I don't need 9 screens or whatever the case may be to be working, moving. I mean, you could do an insert and light them up. I'd be okay with that. I might leave these off most of the time. But the other big question for collectors is what happens when the screen stops working? What if that happens in 11 months, 6 months, a year? Those are some of the concerns I have. I would much rather be close to like half this price, maybe a little bit more, because I really want this. I'm just not sure because it is a lot. And some people are like, we'll just put it on a payment plan. Well, I'm still paying the money though, and it's still a tough pill to swallow. So that's kind of where I'm at. Like, I like accuracy, but I also don't need this accurate of a piece, if that makes sense. I don't need working screens.
I hear what you're saying.
Sounds. I don't need the sounds. I just want it to look cool on the shelf.
And that's kind of like you kind of hit the nail on the head of kind of where I feel about this here. Like, as far as like, is it enticing? It's a 89
looks great.
Bat computer. I mean, if you're a Batman fan, you can't help but give it some thought. But my concern here is the way I have my setup here is my entire display set up. My entire display is all lit up at this point, right? So I've got everything USB hooked up in there. So if I put this in, let's say I buy this. All right, I put this into my display case. You know, on average, maybe I'll have my lights on for maybe an hour or two, sometimes more if we're doing streams like this, right? So those lights are everything for this here. Because let's keep it on this photo for a second here, okay? It looks nice, but when you don't have the lights on, you lose some of the effect, right? Bit. So I would say 50% of this is structural, right? How the computers look, the background for the cave, and it's very nicely done. But without the lights on, it doesn't, quite frankly, feel kind of like anything. It doesn't. So I mean, if the lights become, and again, I'm not saying that it's going to be that, but I've know people who are diehard jazzing people, and they will tell me how amazing everything jazzing is, but they also tell me that, you know, hey, the lights on my Batmobile doesn't work.
Sure.
The Batwing went out after 3 months, right? And I know that's not something that everybody is going to get fixed. If it happens, I'm going to keep it at 100 here. So when you're asking these kinds of prices, this all goes back to what I said about before about value. I think there's value in anything that you collect if it can be logically justified. If this computer can stay on and not be burnt out, which I don't know what kind of LED. I don't know if they're using LEDs, LCD screens. I haven't looked into this enough, but like you can get burned. You can get what do they call those things? Is it cigarette burns? What do they call those when your screen burns? I can't think of the term.
Like, burn-ins. Yeah.
Yeah, the burns. So like stuff like that, you got to consider because I mean, this is a very intricate piece, right? And if it can not have that happen, if the lights can work and there's not something we would work, then it's worth every penny, right? Quite honestly, you can justify because you've made a technical marvel. But dude, my concern here is how good they can really get this because it looks great here. I would love to have a back computer in my collection, but like you said, I don't need the bells and whistles. Like hell, I can deal with this backdrops that I can interchange them and swap them out on the screens myself. And
so I wish Hot Toys would have just done it. Like
something like that. That'd be cool. But like, if this thing breaks and I pay $1,200 for it, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna be happy about it.
That's a tough pill to swallow. I mean, but just admiring it too. Like, look at that awesome.
It's gorgeous. It's absolutely gorgeous.
Great base there, the rock. And then the chair too. I don't think people are.
I'm not sold on the longevity. That's
right.
My concern. Looks amazing. I'm sure the quality and all the intricacy that went into this was very well thought out. But my concern is longevity because that's how I justify a cost like this here. If it's going to be that expensive, that sucker better last for many, many years.
I don't even light up my vehicles.
All right. So I almost don't want to tell the story, but I'm going to say why I'm so passionate and confident about this here. And again, this could be totally different because some of this stuff is a little bit older than this here. So you remember when I was on my big kick to get a BVS Batmobile, I had to have one.
I do. Yeah.
Right? I had to have one. So I finally got one. Okay. I put some dummy battery in there and put it running. That sucker died in 3 days. Now that's an older piece.
So your lights don't work anymore at all.
Doesn't work. The lights don't work anymore. That's it. Done. Now I have your old tumbler, right? And I think that was the first generation tumbler, not the second one. The first generation. It was the second one? Okay. Yeah. That puppy is on every single night. Works all the time, lights and all, like day one. Yeah. And I've had the tumbler longer than I had the BVS Batmobile.
I think, I think that's one thing about Jazz Inc. that I've heard rumblings about is just like electrical issues that happen right out of the box. I would assume though, if it's right out of the box, they would take care of it for you. I mean, they do have really good customer service. Now, if it's 6 months down the road, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I
think that's something that needs to be talked about. You know, I hear
they did the BVS computers though, didn't they?
They did the BVS.
I haven't heard, like, at least this isn't like the first, because I think those had working screens as well, right?
What's that?
They had working screens as well.
They
right?
they did.
So at least this isn't like the first attempt at it. I haven't heard a lot of feedback on those other computer screens.
Well, that's the thing about these here. The problem with when it comes to this Jazz Inc. stuff here is just like no one really publicly talks about it. It's kind of more like in private circles, like, hey, this is what happened to mine. No one, because I think part of it is because no one wants to kind of go up against a mob. If you put out, hey, this has been my issue with mine, you know, there's going to be always someone quick to defend right away. And it's just like, why would I even put that out there if someone's going to like trash me for just talking about my product that I bought that was not as great as everybody else's, you know? So it's just one of those things. Or like, yeah.
It's a tough call. I'm not fooling too many people in the chat though. Dranger says, Graham, you gonna have Batman standing or sitting with it? As I'm talking about not knowing if I want to get this or not. And then Figures and Phantom says, keep trying to talk yourself out of this, Graham. It's fun to listen to.
Like, that's the thing, Graham. It's a no-brainer.
But it really is. I mean, it sucks, but I don't see how I can say no.
Yeah.
He could sit him like AC Slater, so he's sitting, but always ready for action. No, I mean, here's the thing, though. Like, I'm getting more.
I got that reference.
You have the Batmobile, and then in the next case, like directly next to it, connected, you have the Bat computers. I already have the Vault. I have Alfred. Like, it makes a lot of sense to really bring everything together, but
for you, sure.
it's a tough price to pay. It's a steep price to pay.
Yeah. Well, let me just throw out the scenario here because I brought it up, right? Let's say you're happy with your purchase. 6 months from now, the lights don't work. How do you feel about that?
I feel bummed, but you know me. I'd suck it
I
up.
do know you. That's why I asked the question.
I'd run it without the lights on. I honestly though, maybe it's a little bit. If we're being honest, maybe it's a little bit of the fear of the electrical stuff. But I don't have either of my Batmobiles wired. Part of that is because I don't have USB hubs on the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
But the other part is because I feel like I don't want to risk it. You know.
Mm-hmm.
So.
But then how can you enjoy it? Like let's talk about this because we just finished saying like.
Enjoying.
Well, hold on though, because we just finished talking about 50% of this thing is structural. The other 50% is the lights, the computers, right? It's
right.
a back computer, right? So if it comes down to it, they're like, I don't know. Maybe I'll just speak for you. I think, quite honestly, you'd be pretty pissed, like, and that would be perfectly okay. I see what you did there. Ha ha, X-Men. Very funny.
Ha ha.
Ha ha. Pat yourself on the back on that one there.
But if it's, I mean, obviously I would reach out and I would hope they would kind of take care of me. If it was like under a year, I would hope they would do something for me. And Jazz Inc. has helped me out in the past where like I don't question their customer service. So I'm a little bit more confident that they would, make it right. But I guess you never know either. Yeah.
All I know is like this is a lot different than a vehicle. Right? There's a lot right on this here. Like I can have no lights on my Batmobile and still be happy that I got a Batmobile. If my lights don't work on a Bat computer, I'm not going to be happy that I own this thing. Sure. It's just like that's part of the allure of this product over here. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but history has shown me that a lot of folks that I know personally who don't like to talk about it publicly say like, hey, I buy Jazz Inc. stuff, but half the time my stuff it comes in broken, defective, or something happens to it there, right? So just one of those things where like I just feel like you're way overpriced. I'm sorry. I just feel like all this stuff, every review I ever hear is like this fantastic product, whatever they're reviewing, the influencer guy who's talking, but I don't know if it's worth the price. I feel like I hear that in almost every video.
Nothing is there, but we're sick. We're sick people that need these products, and we won't, like I had the Hot Toys Batmobile, the 89, and it wasn't good enough. I didn't want to pay those prices for vehicles, but I knew I needed the best and the most accurate, so I sucked it up. And is it worth it? No, but yes. Like, I'm happy with it, but like, is it worth it? Like, probably not. Like, I don't know. It's
like, I get it. The guy's not like exactly mass producing to the levels other companies here, and I get the guy needs to make his money on his projects and stuff like that, and more power to you. You got to do what you got to do. It's your business. But I mean, I just don't know realistically, especially the conversation we had before about burnout and the economy and stuff like that. How many people can really truly afford a $1,200 Bat computer and then whatever new vehicle that's going to be announced and stuff like that, like, and the figures that he's got to produce. I mean, that's a lot to ask of your fan base. I know he's doing well, but I know he's not doing Hot Toys or in art well. So, I mean, how much of this stuff are you really, making that's actually making you a profit on these kinds of things here? I mean, look, I still think about the DeLorean, man. I can't get over the Blitzway DeLorean and how that's only $1,000. And it's got all the best bells and whistles, and it's cheaper than what we're talking about right now. Right. It's kind of, I don't know. For me, it's just like it doesn't make sense. It feels like a square that is trying to fit into a circle peg. It doesn't. No, I mean, doesn't fit for me.
I think we talked about this. I think like $700 mark we could swallow a lot easier, but this is just tough pill. I did a vote. It was only been up for 3 hours because I thought about it too late, but I want to know what people's thoughts were on the Bat computers on my page. We only have 36 votes so far, but 61% said looks great, but too much money. 33% said just not interested at all. And 6% said it's incredible, definitely pre-ordering. So I mean, it is a small market, but good for, on him too. He basically will make the pre-orders that he gets, right? So it's not
Mhm.
like Hot Toys where they're just going to mass produce it and then hopefully they make money. So either way, it's good for him. But man, it looks so cool. But I got to say hi to my guy, Mr. Solo Bones. If you guys have been watching my channel, you've seen my Chewy head sculpt video. The thing is amazing. Ironically, I was thinking about doing a video this week, DLO, of I don't know if I've done it yet, but my top 5 least favorite figures or my top 5 like worst figures in the collection. I thought about doing that. And I was thinking about this Chewy, and this A New Hope Chewy went from like one of the worst to like one of my favorites in the collection just by adding his head sculpt. So go check him out on Facebook. And he's doing a New Hope run, but he's also working on an Empire Strikes Back head sculpt as well. So it looks really cool. I can't wait to see like, you know, when he gets to like Return of the Jedi and just how he progresses as he gets better at this head sculpt. So it's definitely a hard one to capture, but keep up the good work, my friend. And yeah, go check him out on Facebook. He also says it's comparative. I have Yost Falcon cockpit and Han Solo nav computer, no issues. We got Brandon Mosley says Jazz stuff is badass, but his prices are way out of my range. I'll stick to the 350 tumbler. X-Man says this is true. Everything is overpriced and nobody wants to spend that kind of money that we spend, but we still do it. Kind of where I'm at here is bolts.
I don't think people are doing it though. That's the thing. Like I agree with you, X-Man.
This is more for like the hardcore 89ers.
Yeah,
I would
no,
say.
I agree with X-Men, but I just don't feel like. I feel like by the time it gets to add to cart, not everybody's putting their credit card information. It's just my observation.
No, and I think this is for a small percentage of collectors anyway. Like, I don't expect a ton of collectors to be putting their money into getting this. I think this is more of a niche thing.
It's the same crowd that
even vehicles.
The BBS back computer. I mean, that kind of group. Like, I think it would do slightly. I think because it's 89, it would do slightly better than the BBS one probably did for Jazz Inc. But I mean, is this meant for every Batman collector? I don't know. I just don't know if
I don't think so.
We'd all would love to have it, but I just think once you put that price tag, I think you price out a lot of collectors.
I agree, and it's risky, like you said. Like, I would just wish it was either backlit or, you know, one of those things where you have the screen, like the slide in or whatever it is, but even if the lights aren't on, you can still see the screens on, right? Like, they don't have to be as bright. But like you said, like that way, when a lot of pictures here. I mean, I don't think this looks terrible at all. But yeah, it'd be nice to see some things on the screen. So like, even if you don't have it lit up, because not everybody lights their stuff up either. So it'd just be nice to have those inlays in there already. Maybe they're just a little darker because they're not lit up. It would have been a nice option, I think.
Yeah.
It kind of makes it like...
I think I agree with you. I think that would be like... I think that would go a long way personally with me. Let's say if I was... Because again, I'm a Batman fan. I mean, you know that. Graham, every time I say I'm not going to do something with Batman, this is the final time I'm ever buying it, I'll still buy because it's Batman, right? But if maybe because it's early on, maybe there's enough time for feedback. If they did something where there's an insert or something kind of way to keep it visually still looking like it's on, but it's not on all the time, because if you can't guarantee the electrical is going to work for a while, before it eventually burns out, you got to give us something there that gives us an option to be able to display it without it being lit up all the time. I think that's the fair compromise. And I think that's probably something they can do that's probably not going to cost them much of anything at all to do.
Right. No, I agree. Amazing how this back computer looks a lot different. But, with Hot Toys too, it's going to be a lot. It's probably less than half the price.
Probably.
But you're not going to probably get that great base. You're not going to get the rock behind it. And I don't think they're gonna do this, to be honest.
No, probably not. Or at least not for another 3 to 4 years. You know, it'll be in the graveyard, and eventually they'll pull it out one day.
But yeah, I also see like I'd be fine with what they have. They just probably have stills on the screen. I'd be fine with that.
Sure.
And just backlit.
It's probably exactly how they would do it.
Yeah.
They do look vastly different. This is going to be a huge piece.
This is going to take up half of a DF by itself. So,
Good
I mean,
grief,
that's
man.
the thing. Not only the price, it's the real estate
Mhm.
that, you know, people are probably thinking about, and myself included. So you really got to have a vision, but you really got to have the space, and you got to really be willing to kind of dedicate that space for it, which, I mean, this is probably, you're sacrificing probably, no, not just like 3 or 4 figures for the price. You're sacrificing probably maybe 10 figures for what you can fit in that DF space if you have like a back half shelf. So yeah, you gotta think about that.
Yeah, there's a lot of things to consider with this. This isn't a simple, you know, dopo kind of conversation. Like,
Right.
This one requires a lot of thought and planning for most people there. And it's going to mean, if someone's doing this here, it probably means they're probably taking something off their list. And that's the other thing you have to consider as well, too. You know, if someone goes for something like this, there's only so much that goes into your budget here. I mean,
Yeah.
$1,200, I mean, that can be 3 to 4 figures for somebody.
Yeah.
You know? So
Collection obsession is a great question too. How long should we realistically expect electronic devices to stay functional? Like, what in your head, when are you okay with something burning out? Because with me, it's like never.
Yeah, that's kind of my
Emperor's
hope.
Throne went out like a year ago. I was like, damn it, like that's a real bummer. But at the same time, how old is that bait or that figure? You know?
I don't know. I mean, 5 to 10 years. Does that sound unreasonable?
Yeah, it's probably closer to that 5-year mark. But
I feel like that would be worth it there. But I mean, I don't know. Like, I mean, if I'm going to pay $1,200, I mean, if any of us are going to pay $1,200, wouldn't you want to enjoy the whole point of why you bought it? Though it just feels weird to me there. Like if I bought this, I would never display it off. There's no point in that. Why would I do that? You know? So for me, it's just like the whole reason of my purchase. I want to display it. I want to showcase it. I want people to come to my collection and see this amazing 89 collection I've curated over here. I mean, yeah, I mean, just it doesn't seem like an unreasonable thing on my end.
and as long as it's not a fire hazard, I mean, seriously.
Well, I mean, hey, that's a whole nother story over there. I would hope not. Let's just leave it at that.
Brandon says, I wonder if anybody's 3D printed something like this. It was IC Customs that made the Bat Cave. I don't know if he 3D printed them or just made them. I don't know how he made them, but I mean, he did the Bat computers as well. I think that's the only place you can buy them right now. I mean, not even right now. He's not doing them, but he did a run. So that's the other thing. It's like such a unique piece too, that because not everybody's going to have, it's more intriguing too. And because it's 89. We got Silver Line Blades. 1,200, expect it not to be working after 5 years. So sad. Thing this expensive should last for 30 years if taken care of. Well, that's the thing too, is with anything these days, like refrigerators, dishwashers, washing machines, this shit has so much technology, but can't do its simple function as well or as long as like the older stuff. Like I feel like
It's true.
the more technology we get, the stuff doesn't even last that long. So yeah, it's pretty crazy. You know, cars, you used to be able to.
But that's a great comparison there, Graham, because if you think of like comparing something like that we constantly, our phones, our refrigerators, or dishwasher, what are all those other things that you just mentioned a second ago? But those things are there's always going to be another one being made of those, right? These are supposed to be one of a kind pieces that will again never be released again, stuff like that. So I mean, I feel like part of that cost as well too should be in the fact that the care was taken to make sure that these things last long as well too.
Sure.
I feel like that is not an excuse.
An LCD TV left on 24/7 will typically last 3.5 to 7 years before the backlight fails, per Google search. Interesting. Very interesting.
So is that also confirmation it's LCD? It's an LCD screen that he's doing?
I don't know if
I have done zero research on this. I saw the prices like, yeah, I'm out.
You know, he did a video today, and I clicked on it to watch it later, and then I forgot to go back to it, so I don't know if he said something in there. I would assume they're LCD, because that's a lot cheaper to do than LED, but yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. Well, listen, even that rating there is kind of good to see here, because hopefully no one's leaving on their collections 24/7 for number one. I don't recommend that regardless. But
well, here's what I do also is I have two switches, one for just the module case lights, and then another one for all my accessories. I don't run, like, most of the time I don't have like my lightsabers or bases lit up unless people are over or unless we're doing a stream. If it's just me, typically I just have the lights on. So, that might even
that can help prolong it a little bit too. Yeah.
But
yeah. I don't know. Like I said, I hope for the best. I mean, I would love for Jazzy to kind of answer that concern, because I think this more than any other product, because so much of it is reliant on the quality of how well you build these monitors, that, like, I think for anybody who's interested, I think you owe it to them to give them that peace of mind to know, like, hey, listen, the way we're built, even though this is brand new and this is expensive and all those wonderful things you like to tout out there, I would like there to be a conversation about quality and longevity, and if that's something that's considered as well too. And can you give us an idea of how long you think these lights can? Just give us a ballpark there, because, like, again, if I know the information before getting into it, 1,200 doesn't hurt as much, right? Or whatever you're asking for.
Yeah, good point. And Neil says, not that we collect for resale, but investing that much into a vehicle has good resale appeal. Not sure about this. If a car's lights don't function, it's still beautiful. This, maybe not so much. No, that's a great point. Like, the vehicles, they go up in value. The lights are great. You don't necessarily need them to make the vehicle still look great. But yeah, this might be a different story here. Wayne says, I used to repair tools back in the day, and my manager told me this is called planned. Where am I here?
Can't read over here. What are you?
I'm. Help me with this word deal. It's obsolescence, and was a practice developed after Maytag found their products were so good it hurt them long term. Yeah, that's why companies don't let you work on stuff anymore, or make it easy to work on, because they just want you to throw it out and buy a new one. So, my parents had a water heater that just went out, I think a year or two ago, and the house was built in '85, so it lasted damn near 40 years. Now
Dang.
You're lucky if you get 5, 7, maybe 10 years out of a water heater. Same thing with the furnace. Like, it ran forever until it didn't, and now they're like, well, life expectancy is about 10 to 15 years. So, but yeah, it's crazy. Mario says, I would imagine they're LED backlit. Considering the size of the screens, I would think they could last forever, depending on the electrical wiring. And that's the other thing. I think that's a lot of the problem with some of these Jazz Inc. vehicles. I don't think it's necessarily the lights themselves. I feel like the wiring sometimes gets fudged up. I don't, like, something disconnects. I don't know, but also it's internal, so it's not, you can't just rip it apart and fix it. But I don't know. Yeah, if I can find replacement parts, I'll fix it myself. Yeah, cars are built like shit today also.
Very true.
I did get to ride in Steve's Tesla. He did the speed test for me, DLO. I felt like I was on a freaking roller coaster.
Dude, they're deceptively fast.
They're so creepy. Like,
yeah.
We went out to eat somewhere and freaking vehicle drove both of us. Like, he didn't drive.
Yeah, I'm not ready for stuff like that. I'm sorry.
I'm just
No,
I'm like, what if
my
this
hands on the
happens?
wheel?
What if that happens? But yeah, crazy. Just want to be clear, the screens move. Now, yeah, they'll play different animations on them. Yep. I have all my LED lightsabers standard and from Fulcrum sabers and display lighted up through USB hubs, Wi-Fi plugs. Why would you want any other way? True. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, great point.
So it's going to be hard for me to say no to this, but I have some major concerns. I'm not going to lie. I mean, this is like buying another vehicle. Like, I've already purchased, it'll be 2 vehicles this year. So, I mean, it's not just clear cut done for me, but I really do want this, and I've wanted Hot Toys to do it. So it's going to be tough for me to figure this one out. But
Well, it's the quality standpoint, and I'm with you here because listen, I mean, I've said my piece about it there. I'm not positive nor negative on the piece here. I've been trying to be very neutral about it here, just bring up concerns that I have.
yeah,
But like as a fan, like I'm genuinely interested in this here. But there's 2 things that are really, well, 3, right? One is obviously the construction of it there, right? I've made that point clear. The second one is a price. And the third one we somewhat spoke about here, but it's probably the bigger one for me, is the space. Like,
Yeah.
I know if we're talking today, I don't have the room for it. And what I have coming from Object Case is not going to be able to house this too. Like, I would need to get something else to house this in. So like, it's not just the financial part. You're also investing in real estate too, because you have to look at your own displays right now and see where you are. If you have the space, great, this isn't for you. But for other people who are kind of like, really starting to run out of room, you got to wonder where this is going to fit as well too.
you almost can't do both. You almost can't collect vehicles and these dioramas and get all of your figures too. Like, you almost have to pick one or the other. Do I want all of these figures that I'm interested in, or do I want to get vehicles with like 1 or 2 figures in the case, and then a back computer with a figure? Like, you're kind of being more sparingly. Like, you're not gonna get an 89 Batman in a 92, or you're not gonna get the DX8 Joker with the DX14, or like, it's tough because I want it all. But and I've already 2 vehicles this year alone, so 3 really if you count the land speeder. But
yeah, no, it's interesting. I'm not necessarily ruling it out, but I'm probably I'm probably closer 70-30 not getting this.
I tell you what, if you do it, I'll for sure do it.
Well, I feel like if I did it, you would have to do it, because then you kind of look like a little bee if you don't do it. And I did it. Of all people, if I did it and you didn't, like, you wouldn't live that down. I'd call you a fake collector every chance I'd get. I mean, you don't want that kind of razzing. So,
Stranger says, gotta have a bat cave, and this looks more like a centerpiece than the Batmobile. What do you think of that?
you know what? That's a good point too. You bring up there, because I mean, if let's say you're the collector who doesn't have a Batmobile, and you want something to be a centerpiece for your 89 display, I can think of worse things than this. This would be a really nice piece. Yeah, that's a good point. Because you got the armory for the Dark Knight and the Dark Knight Rises, right? So you got something there, but 89 really doesn't have that kind. Yeah, 89 doesn't really have that kind of like standout piece that you can put in your display to like make it all pop. So
do we think Jazz Inc. is going to do the Vault at some point?
I thought I heard that they were going to be doing it. Like, I could have sworn I heard that they were definitely going to be doing that as well too.
That's going to be hard to say no to as well. That'll probably come home.
And you know what? That might be more worth it to me than this.
Yeah. Dude, that Vault is so sweet. That 89 Vault, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Better come with a fake Batman to put in there. I'm not putting a $400 Batman in that thing.
Thank you, X-Men. He did say he's doing it. Yeah, he definitely would sell more for half the price. I don't know what his margins are, though. Like, I don't know what it takes to make this. Only he does. Yeah, dude. Computer's going to look good with Michael Keaton, Bruce Wayne, and Alfred. And I already got the pieces. I already got them. We'll see. More to come. Not going to be a day one pre-order, but we'll see. All right. You ready to move on, sir?
Yep. What do we got next?
I could talk about this all day, but this is something we could really use Brick for. We're going to finish up with the Supergirl tease from InArt. Now, have we confirmed, anybody in the chat, have we confirmed this is actually legit from InArt? Oh, nuts.
Has not been confirmed as far as I know as of yet.
Okay.
But I believe Connor was saying something along the lines of like he hasn't seen that many pages, so it's really more of a grain of salt right now until otherwise
So I mean, I assume they're going to do this, and they're really not showing anything anyway.
You see, like that one to the right looks more like the original Supergirl to me than.
Yeah.
So like that's why like I feel like this could potentially not be real. So take this with a grain of salt because that image doesn't make me believe it's the Supergirl we think it is.
Good point. And again, this was not posted by InArt themselves. This could be fan made. We don't know, but we just figured we'd bring it up, talk about it a little bit. Are you gonna go see the movie in the theater?
I am. Yeah. I definitely got tickets for it, so I'm gonna go see it.
All right.
So. Not going to see it day one or night one or anything like that. I'm going to wait for a nice Tuesday matinee, half price off. And if it sucks, well, I only paid $15 or $10, I guess, on Tuesdays.
Yeah, I could see myself playing hooky from work and maybe catching it in an afternoon or something like that. Man, I've seen 4 or 5 movies this month alone, which is great. It's great to get back into the theaters and actually see some movies. But Mando, Sheep Detectives, Masters of the Universe, which, damn it, I had so much fun watching that movie. I know you were a little let down, but you're also more of a hardcore fan than I am.
I am.
I'm more of a casual, so like to me it was just fun to see, and it's really making me consider those figures.
Oh, I'm definitely getting them.
And then I saw Toy Story 5. So yeah, 4 movies this month in the theater, which, gosh, I can't remember last time I've done that. But yeah, so we'll see if I go see this.
Got to keep your streak alive, man, because after that, then Spider-Man comes out, Brick's going to make you go see that. So
for sure. Yeah, and then at the end of the year,
so you do it.
A lot of other stuff too. So yeah, we'll see. Maybe I go see this. I'm not a big Supergirl fan. Like, do you see yourself getting the Hot Toys or the InArt version when they're released or announced?
For Supergirl?
Yeah.
Probably not.
Yeah, it's
probably not.
It's not up my alley, and this is why I kind of wish we had Brick here tonight too, because he's got so much passion and excitement for Supergirl in the movie, and I know he's already pre-ordered the Hot Toys versions. I wonder if he would get both of these. I mean, he's getting both Supermans.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming, DLO, that this would still be rooted from InArt.
This definitely looks like a rooted. I mean, again, we're playing with something we don't know for sure is real or not.
I'm
but
treating this like it's just
from
fandom.
The silhouette, it looks like it's rooted. If this is, real or not real, we don't know. But from what we see in front of us, it looks rooted here. So, and I think quite frankly, for a figure like this, I've always had the same rule. Like if it's short hair, it doesn't need to be rooted. If it's long hair and it's gonna help and benefit the articulation of the figure more, then I always prefer rooted for something like that. And Supergirl, if she was on my list, I would 100% prefer to be rooted as opposed to sculpted.
I agree, and I'm with you on that. I do think the Hot Toys one looks fine, sculpted, but yeah, you're gonna lose a lot of that articulation. But I think the hair length, like you said, I think this would be the perfect style of hair and length to do rooted. I think it would work really well. She kind of got that curly, somewhat messy look where, it's gonna be perfect for a rooted figure. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Is there anything else from InArt that we're waiting on to be announced that they've kind of teased?
I thought you were gonna say releases. Like, boy, how much time do you have?
Yeah. No, and I'm not talking about like Daenerys, Game of Thrones. I'm talking about like stuff that they've shown recently but they still haven't. Is there something out there that they haven't? Maybe it is the Supergirl, maybe not. I thought there was something out there that we're just waiting for them to announce.
Man, it's hard to keep up with.
It's Man of Steel, I think. Man of Steel, they kind of tease.
But that's on their website kind of as a as a tease, like the silhouette photo like that we're talking about now that we're like that's actually on their webpage now. So at least we know it's definitely going to be on that coming soon part of it there. But this particular photo, not there. Oh, thank you, Assistant to Regional Sith. Yes, they haven't officially announced that bloodied up version of Pennywise.
That's going to be sick. I mean, that's going to be pretty cool.
That is going to be interesting. No, I know. You don't like that kind of stuff. I'm all about that kind of stuff. But yeah, they haven't. And also, kudos to enter on this one here, because like if this was a Hot Toy situation regarding to the specifically that Pennywise second tease there, like we would have pre-ordered Pennywise and it would have dropped and we would get it, and then it would be this bloody version would be announced. So shout out to them at least doing like at least the cool enough thing to like let people know like, hey, we're working on this too. So if this is the version you want, you know, hey, maybe not get the one that we just announced. So I do appreciate that. That was a nice gesture.
It is crazy that they'll be doing 3 Pennywise figures in their existence of however many years. It's crazy.
Yeah. But you know what is also crazy though too? Like I feel like it's so weird. Like the hobby is so trendy because no one liked it. No one liked the rooted hair before in the beginning because it was done so poorly, like doll hair, right? Then now we're getting rooted, right? And now I feel like people are preferring sculpted more and more.
Yeah.
It's such a weird thing.
You can't make people happy either, right? We're always gonna.
Yeah, that's true too.
We're always gonna complain about something. I've always been more of sculpted. However, if I don't have to futz with it and the hair's done right, I'll take rooted. I just don't want to. I don't want to have to style it myself. Like, Beetlejuice. Like I just got that. I didn't have to touch the hair. It looks fine, and it looks great.
Yeah.
But
honestly,
like,
messier the better, right?
But then you look at like artists in Scarlet Witch, and I'm like, it doesn't look accurate. I don't want to style it myself. I'd rather have sculpted where the hair's in place. So, and then, you know, even Paul Atreides, I think I still prefer the sculpted over that one. Same thing with Pattinson Batman. Like you said, the shorter hair doesn't always come across the best or the most accurate when it's rooted at that length. But then you have Artisan Spider-Man, Iron Spider. They plastered the hell out of that hair.
Sure
did. It looks pretty good, but it looks good. So it's kind of a figure by figure basis for me.
It is. It really is. Like there's some that just like, what the hell were they doing? And the next one is like, this thing is a masterpiece. Oh my God, figure of the year. Like, so yeah, it's so up in the air what you're going to get with any kind of rooted. But I will say this though, to the root effect here, like I prefer sculpted because like you, I'm kind of lazy when it comes, I don't want to style these things here, but when you take the time to style one of these things and you get it just right, there is a sense of accomplishment that you feel like, man, I probably have the best version of said figure that everybody else has because look at what a great job I did. So part of that is rewarding, but it does require a lot of work to get it just right.
Yeah. Well, and props to Hot Toys too for doing such a great job at their sculpted hair. I mean, they've really come a long way with their sculpted hair too, and like the single strands and, you know, lifted away from the forehead, you know, just placement of hair. Even, you know, paint apps have just gotten really good. So, you know, they've done a really good job there.
Yeah, for sure, man. I mean, there's some good. No, because there's some good ones. There's like some real standouts that just like make it worth it. Then there's every once in a while there's a dud that just like you kind of don't see why they did it this way in the first place. But you summed it up best. Like you're just never gonna make us collectors happy. You damn if you don't.
John Wick though, yeah, that one was one I was like, I don't feel like this one needs rooted hair at all. So
yeah, agreed.
I couldn't even tell the difference between the sculpted and rooted, and I definitely saved a few bucks and got the sculpted for that one.
For sure. That was one of those ones where like I was saying about like that's the John Wick I always hoped they would make. And when I saw that, I was like, why are we doing an artisan of that one? You can't even. Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm with you. Yeah, I'm with you on that one there, Mario. That was like that one wasn't needed at all.
Valkyrie says, I just shaved my head to save more money for Hot Toys. Hey, I'm with you, man.
We do what we got to do, man.
My own haircuts. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so we'll see. Like, more to come on this one. I just figured it'd be fun to show it, talk a little bit about it. I know the first impressions, I guess, are kind of all over the board for this movie. But obviously, you know, go see it if you're interested at all and make your own judgment. And
yeah.
go from there.
Well, that's the thing as well too, because like, if this movie bombs, no one's gonna want this figure. You know what I mean? And that's the sad truth. But like, it can be a great figure, but just like, if it doesn't resonate with us here, just like there's no point in really making this. I mean, gosh, like we're talking about the whole Pennywise thing from the beginning here, but like, looking back at it now and just kind of going through like all the figures that Inart has had some quality figures that have bombed, like that Joker 4-pack, for example.
Which that's a tough sell anyway.
Well, but you know what? It wasn't though. At one time, it was gotta have it, and it wasn't because the figures for any reason. It was the simple fact that the second movie was so bad that people didn't even want any of them, and that's because that one's all based on the first movie. So it's just like, do you make Supergirl if it doesn't perform at the box office? That's the tough part about this, man. That's why, like this whole Pennywise thing, or the Terminator 1, for example. There's not a lot extra that goes with these things because they're trying to make sure that they don't lose big on a lot of things if we don't wind up buying it. You know what I mean? So
and there's like some of the older Inart figures too. It's a little overwhelming unboxing them. Like everybody's like, "Oh, the experience is great." For me, it's a little overwhelming because you have so many pieces and whatnot that you got to fill with. So like, again, that's where I'm kind of like okay with downsizing a little bit, but I don't want to feel like I'm getting screwed over either.
Yeah. But that's the thing though. I felt like that was like the best thing about them. I felt like their presentation, it felt premium. You know what I mean? Like I haven't felt like that since the old good DX days when it was just like, whoa,
Hot Toys why they DX. Still do DXs. Like,
I mean, it's just a name brand. It's just a name that people recognize. There's nothing DX about DX
too,
anymore.
The other thing with the DX is you knew which DX. Like we could name DX1 basically through DX20, and now I don't even know. I can't keep up with it. There's so many. They don't stand out like they once did because it's basically just another figure but with a DX name. So
sure,
I feel like that used to be more special too, and we've kind of lost that along the way.
Yeah. My only complaint with Inart back in those days is those stupid magnetic display bases that just never worked. What's that?
It's not a hard fix. Just make the whole
No, it wasn't
magnetic.
Hot Toys got it right.
Yeah.
Hot Toys never gets anything right apparently. So it's just like that's pretty bad, dude. Just like
true.
Put more magnets, dude. That's all you have to do. Like, nope, we're going to crotch grabbers. Screw you guys. You hurt our feelings.
So Hot Toys has been pretty damn quiet. It's been since Andor, I think, that we've really had any news, right?
Yeah, and Andor, I saw Justin's review. I think it was today he put it out.
Oof.
Yeah, that's not gonna lie, looks pretty rough.
Fix that. And you got to give Justin credit. Like some of the stuff, like I look at the images and I'm like, yeah, it looks pretty good. And he really, to his credit, he's so detailed. He knows what to look for, and he's like, oh, I'm like, I didn't think about that. And sometimes it kind of was like, well, that kind of ruined it for me. Maybe I didn't want to know, but other times it's like, no, like he's kind of right. Like his neck kind of disappears here, and it's a little poofy, and I'm like, oh boy. But I mean, yeah. What do you think though? What do you think will be like their next release? Do you have any ideas? Any thoughts?
Well, it better be a Harley Quinn.
They're falling behind, man. They're falling behind.
Better be a Harley Quinn artisan, I'll tell you that much, because that sucker is on the chopping block for me.
When did that window open? It was like fall, I think, of last year, right?
Dude, I mean,
because December was like towards the end of the. I thought it was December.
I think she's over. I think over 2 years old now. The original announcements.
I wonder if I have that still in my. I wonder if was she 22? Yeah. Oh, hold on here. What? She was.
Let me see. When did I pre-order this sucker? Let's see. Good old Harley Quinn.
9/30 of 24. So she was even older than Jazz and Catwoman, but guess what? Not by much.
I pre-ordered the original Harley Quinn Artisan October 3rd, 2024.
Yeah, and her window was July 2025 to December 2025.
Yeah. Yeah, that's. I mean, now it's a race to which, like, Harley is going to release first, because You got July of 2026 as the window to March. I don't know if they moved that on the second Harley. I don't know if that was always that date. But as of now, it says July of this year to March of 2027. So, yeah, the window's about to
July
open
to
up.
December.
Which one? The part
The new
one
one.
suicide?
Yeah, the new one.
Oh, she was. So they moved it to March now. So July to March.
But
Interesting.
In all fairness to Jazz Inc., I have on my records Catwoman was January 2026 to June, which, we're in June and it's not.
Wait, you lost me. Are we talking about Harley? We're talking about Catwoman here. What are we talking about?
I'm just saying Catwoman because I'm comparing the two because they both were announced around the same time. Catwoman was about a month later. I'm just saying, like, to give Jazz Inc. credit, their window was January 2026 to June, but no, that first Harley was July to December of 2025.
Yeah.
She was announced September 30th of 2024.
Yeah, dude.
And
I
then,
mean,
she came up for pre-order that date that you got her.
Yeah, I mean, that's to me like that was the Harley to get. I know people like the Suicide Squad original one, and
Yeah.
that's great too. But like, if you're looking for me personally, if you're looking for like accurate Harley Quinn from the comics, that one is a lot closer to it there. So I've been excited about it for a while. But I'm now at the point like the way my collection is going, like, do I really need both of them now? And again, I don't want to think like that because I'm a diehard Harley Quinn fan, but it's getting to the point where I'm just like, man, this is taking way too long. My interest is kind of going away on this here. I have other things that I can be pre-ordering right now that is starting to become more and more a priority. It's like, man, what are you doing, Hot Toys? Get this stuff out already.
You know what's crazy too is I'm going to the Hot Toys page. Remember the days when we would stream? And granted, we're streaming a little earlier now, but it's like we'd be in the middle of a show and then Hot Toys would be like,
yeah, man.
oh, and people would be in the chat and they'd be like, oh, there's something
For
from Hot
sure.
Toys. And
Happened
we'd
like
have to jump to
almost
that.
every other episode. Yep.
Yeah, we'd have to scrap what we were talking about and go to that. And I know it's summertime too, and I've noticed, not as many people in the chat either. But is that due to the hobby itself? Is it due to summer? Not really sure. Due to us sucking? I don't know. It's just I feel it all around.
Yeah.
In the hobby, and like you said too, people have become a little bit less polite to other people in groups, and I just would hope we would all kind of find our way in a positive manner. So I don't know.
Somehow, some way.
We all find a way.
But I don't know.
Valkyrie is always in the chat. This guy's everywhere. I appreciate him. Good dude out there.
So what do you think, Graham? What do you think is on the horizon for us collectors here? Hot Toy, in art, and everything else in between here. Do you think we weather the storm in the first half of the year and everything we talked about tonight is absolutely pointless because we're going to get bombarded pretty soon? Or do you feel like it's just they're too far behind at this point to salvage the year? What do you think?
That's a good question.
Wow.
I would like to think the second half is going to pick up a lot. But the reality is too, and I know I'm kind of speaking out of both sides of my mouth here because I said, there's still so much they can do. But let's be real. Hot Toys wants to do new things as well. Like when I say new things, I don't mean things they haven't done. I mean like new characters, new movies, relevant stuff that's out today. So like, I also feel like there's just not a lot of, and maybe, okay, so at the moment, I feel like there's not a lot of like Marvel, Batman, Star Wars stuff that like they haven't done before. So like, movies aren't what they used to be. We're not getting as many. They're not as good. So like, there's just less to pick from unless you keep going back to the well. However, I do think this fall, but it's towards the end of the year. So we got Spider-Man, then we have Doomsday. So I think there could be a lot of figures from those movies, but that might be next year. By the time they get all those announced, because Doomsday's in December.
Sure.
So So optimistically, I'd like to say yes. I think it's going to pick up. But then in the back of my mind, I think, they still have a lot that they have to release. Is some of the stuff that they're doing where they're announcing and then doing immediate releases, is that also hurting what they have that's up for pre-order? Like, a lot of the Star Wars stuff from Mando was kind of things we've seen before, right? Parts that we've seen before, so they could do immediate releases. However, you still got to manufacture that stuff, and is that still pushing what you have on pre-order further and further behind? So, yeah, to stop rambling, I'd say optimistically, I'd like to say, yeah, it's going to pick up, and there's going to be more coming out, and they're going to start hammering you because they know they got to get this stuff out for Christmas. But in the back of my mind, I could see it still just remaining kind of how it is too.
Yeah. So either or is the answer. Either or.
I mean, I've never been great at predicting stuff. I can just tell you kind of how it could go either way.
It's fine. But... Top-notch journalism there, Graham. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for that. Wow. Spoken like a politician there.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
But let's all right. So let me kind of break down some of the stuff you said there. So you're right. They want to do new stuff. And they've clearly shown that they want to invest in some of this newer stuff. But like to your point, the movies are just not hitting this year. I mean, Mando bombed, Masters of the Universe bombed. Supergirl.
Like Supergirl, yeah.
There's no. It's not saying that it's officially gonna happen, but early predictions showing that it's gonna underperform, right, to say the least here. So, like, there's nothing really to gravitate to on Hot Toys or anybody for that matter side who's making figures, because today's IPs are just not performing with audiences as well too, and that's kind of half the battle over here, right? If we don't like the movie, we don't usually buy the products that come with these said movies here, right? So that's going to be tough there. So, but as far as the limited stuff, to your point to that there, I think that is quite honestly, that's crowdfunding basically for other projects and stuff like that to continue operations with other things. That's just my guess. But as far as this year is concerned, as far as releases and all that, I gotta believe you need to temper expectations this year. It feels like this is not going to be a normal year. I just don't know if there's just enough time in the year to really make up release-wise, not announcement-wise, because they will always continue to announce stuff. I feel like release-wise, I feel like it's getting so far behind the eight ball. And then, of course, you got examples like Chewie that took like 6 months to get stateside.
That's crazy.
There's going to be more of these conversations. I feel like today's conversation about Burnout is probably not going to go away. This is probably not going to be the last time we touch on this year, but I'm going to say this is probably going to be one of the weirder years of collecting figures we've ever experienced.
I mean, I wouldn't be shocked. I would not be shocked. Solo says, too many quick releases on new movies, in my honest opinion. Sometimes I feel like Hot Toys milks the new movies that don't hit like some of the classics. I'd like to see more dedication to the classics. I mean, it makes sense, right? Like, people form nostalgia to these older stuff, the older stuff. So, like, you got to find that blend, that balance where you're picking from the classics, but you're also doing new stuff too. Because let's face it, there's also younger generation that's getting into this newer stuff too. But yeah, you can't forget the classics, and they've done a good job at 2.0 and some stuff and whatnot. But I think there's just still more that they could pull from the well if they really wanted.
Yeah, I think they're trying not to. I feel like that's more like break glass in case of emergency kind of stuff. Like, because that kind of messes up their plans here. Like, I mean, I personally am hoping for episode 4 New Hope 2.0s. I genuinely am. I look at my collection now, I'm like, man, I got some of these great new figures like the TIE Pilot, and I look at my other side of my OT collection, I'm like, man, I can use a new Luke, I can use a new Han, a new Leia, stuff like that, and even Chewie to that extent there. But like, I feel like they don't want to, because that's kind of their ace in the hole in case they're just stuck and they don't have stuff. Mando is OT.
Just for me. Benjamin says, way too many releases. I agree. I waited on at the AT pilot myself, waiting for Empire Strikes Back. I should have, but can't. I need anything I can get for OT. So, did you pre-order that one?
Which one?
AT-AT?
No,
passing.
No. I'm just gonna wait for the ESP one to come out at some point.
So yeah, you are passing on that one then.
Yeah.
One. Okay.
Yeah, kind of the flip. I mean, when we were talking about like the snow troopers, like I was like, get it. Don't wait for that, because I feel like that's such a good value for that. And the AT-AT is also good value too, but like there's less of an urgency because that's the first one, and they're going to go back and make a proper one from the original trilogy at some point. So at that point, there's no urgency to pick up the Mando one. So
if anything, with OT, they'll do more and more troopers, before they might do Luke, Leia, and Han.
Right.
It's just
absolutely.
Yeah, I'm literally scared to get any OT because next year is 50. I gotta pick smart on my orders. Yeah, some people have asked me too. Like, somebody asked me recently, should I get Farm Boy Luke or something? I was like, no, I would wait. Let's see what happens next year. And it's too close for some of that stuff. Maybe some Return of the Jedi, even Empire Strikes Back, you're a little safer. But anything A New Hope too, it's too dangerous to buy right now. So.
Don't touch it. Don't do it. Just don't do it. No, because your feelings are right. Honestly, like if I was on the hunt for some of these figures and I desperately wanted them in my collection, like I would 100% be afraid to pull the trigger this year with 50 right around the corner. Sometimes they disappoint us and they don't announce a whole lot. I just feel like, what's another year in this hobby?
Right.
Wait it out, get the one you really want, and just be happy, I guess.
Then again, if you can find it for cheap enough and enjoy it for, say, that 2 years, the year before next year when it's announced, and then another year to wait. I mean, 2 years is also a long time to wait.
For sure.
In one aspect. So, just be smart. Don't, spend a lot of money. If you can find something for a good deal, sure. But you know what's going to happen? The first figure they announce is going to be like Obi-Wan Kenobi. Like the figure that they don't need to do.
Man. Tarkin or something like that. Just some crazy banger. I know.
Okay.
But knowing Hot Toys, we'll probably get another Stormtrooper.
Right. Well, I mean, honestly, that's the one I see them doing first is A New Hope Stormtrooper.
Probably, yeah. That's kind of would be my guess too. So
it might be an immediate release, and then they announce something else. But
limited 2,500. Get them now with Hot Boys.
Boy, good old Hot Toys.
Yeah.
All right, my friend. Well, we're at the 2-hour mark. I think we had a really good discussion. It's good hanging out with you. I'm looking forward to hanging out with Steve and maybe Brick one day too. So,
yeah.
But
graces us with his presence.
But I also cherish our time together too. It's a lot of fun hanging out with you, as well as you guys in the chat. So I appreciate you all watching. And I make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to our channels. DLO, anything that you want to plug for DLO The Collector?
Absolutely not.
All right.
No,
good.
I have just gotten out of a stupid training I had to do last time.
That's right.
I'm tied up. I'm just finally getting days off again, dude. So no content, not at the moment, not that I can think of.
And when it comes for the Jedi, we did do the Jazz Inc. 68 Batmobile. Seems to be actually a pretty popular video so far. And then we also did the vlog from my collection, and then we did the Solo Bones Chewie video. I don't know what I'm going to do this week. I don't feel like many people would really give a shit about the Young Rich Toys Spider-Man at this point. So I might pass on that one. But I think I might take a look and see what are my worst figures, my top 5 worst figures in the collection. Which ones do I
That's
just
always
not
a fun
like,
one to kind of see
but
something
I need,
like that.
You don't like them, but you need them.
Tell me how you really feel. I'd like that. I'd like one of those kind of videos. That'd be cool.
Yeah, so I might try to do that this week. We'll see if I have
thank you, Ranger, for reminding me. Yes, I'm going to be workshopping some ideas for the new DLO show. I'm going to be piloting there.
DLO,
I got the bug now.
You got to work YOLO in there, though. DLO,
I got about
YOLO.
5 minutes of solo time, and now I feel the urge to become an influencer now.
What was your reaction when I was gone? Just gone.
I was like, no, he's gone. He's gone. I thought you were going to be sooner. You took your sweet ass time for sure. But at one point I was like, okay, well, listen, we're just going to roll it with the punches here and just keep it going. I had it totally under control.
Too.
What's that?
I had to wait for the internet to come back on.
I'm gonna listen when we're done. I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna replay that segment and see how stupid I sounded when I was talking. If I didn't sound stupid, you can bet your sweet ass the DLO show is coming. If I sounded stupid, you'll never see me other than here again. That's it.
Nice.
I'll be here, being the second guy, where I belong.
I'm sure you did admirably. So
We'll see. We'll find out.
Next week's episode 150 of Wolfpack.
Yeah,
if you
man.
can believe that. So it'd be nice if Hot Toys had some fun stuff. But guess what? Next Wednesday is also July 1st. So if there is no news, we could also do quarter 2 of Hot Toys releases, I think.
Quarter
yeah,
2.
We graded quarter 2. Quarter 2's over.
Well,
April,
yeah.
May, June.
We're gonna be in third quarter now. No? Am I
So
doing
yeah,
what?
so we'll review quarter 2.
The best and worst of quarter 2. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that's
yes.
always something
yes.
we can do for next week. So stick around.
We're gonna
that.
get some heat. I'm not worried about it.
Right.
We're
I mean, we
gonna
have
something's gonna drop, and we're like, oh my god, I gotta get it. I don't know.
to. I'll start prepping though, just in case.
Yeah, just in case. Maybe put a couple of bullet points together.
Right. All right, guys. Appreciate y'all. We will be back next week for episode 150. Hope you all stay safe out there. God bless, and collect without fear. But be
Good stuff.
responsible.
I like that. You just thought of that right now? That's a
I
good
did.
one.
Yeah,
I might
just
start
came to
using
my
that.
All right, guys.
All
Too
right.
sweet.
Too sweet, boys.
Adios.
Everybody have a great night.